Hello, fellow bookworms. So, I was sitting here thinking about how much I have to read for my English class before I go back uh, to school this week on Monday, and so that I can get caught up on my. I missed a lot of days. I don't know why I can't talk today. Like zombie mode, but I have to get caught up on all these quizzes and stuff before spring break because we're at the end of the marking period, and it could be bad if I don't finish those because then all my classes will have bad grades in them. So I was just thinking about all the books that I've had to read for school and how boring most of them were. And I decided that I was just going to share them with you because if you were in high school, you probably had to read the same books. So you probably already know the books that I'm going to say, but whatever. I just wanted to talk about it. Things that I had to read in high school. So in 9th grade, we had to read The Odyssey, which is by Homer, and it's like a Greek mythology thing. Then I had to read Frankenstein. Oh, and both of these were during when I was in Honors English 9, and then I missed a bunch of days and I got really behind, so we just switched into regular English 9. So yeah, I read Frankenstein, both of those books in Honors English 9. And then I switched to regular English 9 right when Honors English 9 was about to read Of Mice and Men. But the regular English 9 had already read Of Mice and Men, so I just got to skip that book completely. Which I don't know if it was good or not, but whatever, I didn't have to read it. And then we had to read Romeo and Juliet. And we read, like, the parts in the class, and I always got to be Juliet, and I was like, I have so many lines, and I'm the main female character. So, I don't know, that was exciting. And then, so yeah, those were like all the things that we had to read in 9th grade. 10th grade was American literature. In 9th grade, I don't even know what it was, but 10th grade was American literature. So, the regular English 10 class didn't actually have to read The Crucible, but we watched the movie. And then we read Catcher in the Rye, which, like I said before, I hated that book because I had no idea what it was about. So it was like, what is going on? And then we read The Great Gatsby, which was like a soap opera in a book. And it was really sad and weird. But I didn't enjoy it exactly, but it was like not torture. So then we read To Kill a Mockingbird, which, as I've stated before, I've read twice. Actually, I'm probably gonna post this video before I post the other one, so maybe I haven't stated it before. But I've read To Kill a Mockingbird twice now because we had to read it last year in 10th grade. So yeah, but I actually like that book, so it wasn't like bad. Then we read Fahrenheit 451, which is a dystopian novel, and I thought that was okay. That was like an okay book for me. I think all books are like okay-ish when we're forced to read them. One book that I actually really did enjoy a lot was Night, which we had to read. It was like about Nazi Germany and everything. It was a memoir. Oh my gosh, I just cried. I cried so much. So I enjoyed that book. That makes sense. And actually, we were reading in class, and I was sitting there reading, and I just started like crying, like really hard. I was just like bawling pretty much. Not like I was like silent waterfalls pouring out of my eyes. And my teacher was like passing back papers, and he was like talking. Okay, so there's this quote in the beginning of Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451, and for whatever reason he still had papers from that, and he was passing them back, and there's this quote in the front that says, like, if they give you ruled paper, write the other way. So I was like, I'm gonna be unique and stuff, and take the ruled paper and turn it this way and write sideways against the lines just because of that quote. And my teacher came up and he was like, I really like how you did this. And then he looked down, he was like, what's wrong? Because I'm like, it's like, you know how like when you're crying, your throat gets like choked up. So if I said anything, I would just like come out in sobs and it would be like, ah. So I just sort of pointed to the book and I was like, and yeah, so that was kind of embarrassing. It was like snot cried in the middle of class. Whatever. So that was my favorite book that we read that year. And then 11th grade was English literature, because I'm still in my junior year of high school. So we had to read, in the beginning, Beowulf, which we had a writing test on that, and it's the first test in his class that I have gotten 100% on, and it's still in my fridge. He's my favorite teacher, so I don't know. He doesn't really give 100s that often on essays, but I was like, oh my god, I get 100 on Beowulf! That was exciting. So, Beowulf, and then we read the Canterbury Tales, and we also read Sir Lancelot, and Sir Gawain, whatever, and the Green Knight. So we read those stories, and then we also read Macbeth. And that one was just, I don't know. I didn't like reading that one because there was just so much unnecessary killing. It's like people are animals. I didn't like it. And now then we had to read Brave New World, which is a dystopian novel with a lot of sex in it. And they had orgy-porgies, and everyone was expected to have sex already when they were like 7 years old. So that was like creepy, and I didn't enjoy that one bit because it was gross. And then 1984, which we're reading right now, which we're also watching the movie like along with when we're reading. And another time that I started crying in class because we came to the torture scene where Winston is being tortured, and just, I don't know, I can't stand watching people get tortured. So I was like crying, and people were like, what's wrong with this girl? But I mean, I don't know, it's just me. So those are the only texts we read so far. I think we are about to read Lord of the Flies, though. That was on the list of possible texts, and I'm pretty sure we're about to read it. Then other possible texts, I don't think we're going to read either of these, though, are Out of the Silent Planet by C.S. Lewis, and I have no idea what that's about, and Frankenstein, which I already read. So I hope we don't have to read that one, because most people already read it in 9th grade. And I personally don't want to read it again. Alright, 12th grade is world literature, and I haven't been there yet, but these are some of the books that other people have had to read in 12th grade at my school, because they are on the possible text list in the same teacher class, which I'm going to be in next year. So, yeah. Maus 1, Maus 2, those are both about Nazi Germany with mice in them. I don't know, it's weird. I didn't read it, but I just looked at one of the books and I was like, what the heck is going on? Mice with little Nazi caps. Swastika caps, that's what I meant. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which my brother watched the movie, and it was like really sad apparently because this guy went to a mental hospital and something, and then he got a lobotomy, and it was just really depressing. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I feel like it's like spoiling it or something. But then Siddhartha. My teacher told me that's like his favorite book, and it's about Buddhism or Confucianism. I don't know, something like that. Then Tartuffe, I don't know. And then Candide, Candid, I'm not sure. And then Oedipus Rex. So, I don't know what any of those are about, but it's world literature, so all these foreign authors are what we're going to be reading. So, Maus is German, and I don't know what the rest of them are. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest doesn't really. I don't know what other country that's in. Maybe it's just like in it's like Scottish or Irish or something, because it's world literature, and English 11 was English literature, so I was just assuming it all came from England or Britain or whatever. So I mean, I don't know. Man, my time. But anyway, so those are all the books that I have to read in high school, and some of it is torture. Not really, because actually torture is a lot worse. But some of it's really boring and dragging and takes energy to read. I hate those books where you're like trying really hard to read them and to enjoy them, but you just can't. You can't read them and retain any of the information because you're reading the words, but they're not staying in the brain because it's a boring book. So, don't like those books. We had to read a lot of those in high school, so yeah. Anyway, I need to be done now. So, I shall see you again some other time. I feel like I look like drunk or like high right now because of how tired I am. And I don't know why I keep making videos. I should just go to bed like a normal person. But no, I'm too excited. I don't know. So, yeah. Alright. Happy reading. Goodbye. Stop.